Hello, beautiful people of YouTube. Thank you for being here. Today, I wanted to do a review so far of the newest season, the 5th season of 60 Days In, and my thoughts on it. So, I think this season, I think they got a lot of wrong people for this. Now, saying that, I mean, like, when I say wrong people, like, we're on our, 4th or 5th episode, I believe, and I just feel I feel horrible for Abner, the Chicano. He's a chaplain now, reformed gangbanger, and, like, I don't understand why he wanted to do that in the first place. Because it's probably taken years, right? I imagine, to get out of what he was in. And that being said, I feel bad for the guy because he's in there and he's a chaplain, on the outside, but inside it's bringing him back, and you can see it in his eyes and you can hear it in his voice. Excuse me. It's bringing him back to that dark place, when he is running with the gang and doing the stuff that he's doing. And I just hope that this does not cause him to, first off, catch a case. Gosh, I hope he doesn't do that. And I just, because, like, your mentality is really what changes. If your mind don't change, nothing else will. So it all starts with your mind, I believe, and where your mind is at, and getting back into being locked up after spending years of trying to, get out of that and become a new person, and he has. And I just hope he doesn't end up worse off. What I'm trying to say is I hope he doesn't end up worse off for doing the show than, if he hadn't done it. Because not only is he in there, but he's like their enforcer. So if people want to fight, or if he, if there's a race riot or anything, he's gotta get involved and be involved, and that's no playing thing. You don't play with that. As far as the other people on the show, Mark, the white guy, the super fan, I don't know. He's just kind of there. I'm surprised he's still here. But no one's really messing with him. It seems like, at least in his pod, it seems like you can just, if you ain't, causing no trouble and, ain't being a jerk or nothing, you'd be alright. But on the other end of that spectrum, you got David, the police officer, the black man. Now, I don't know. I don't know what to think of him, Like, he's walking, or he's telling the interview people, I'm second in command and all this, and he's telling the whole pod this, and, second in command of the blacks, and in the Arizona jail where they're at, it's all divided by racial lines, and very different from the East Coast or even the Midwest. It seems like the further west you go, the more politics play, and not only jail but also in prison, and I mean, there's politics on the East Coast, but it's not like that. It's not a race thing as much. It's very segregated. And maybe that was the word I was looking for earlier. The more west you go, the more segregated. You get more confined to, from being in the mix with everybody, white, black, Hispanic, whatever. And then, you can only be in the mix with these folks. And then, you get over to Arizona and California, and then you can only be in the mix with, your own race. That's it. So, yeah, as far as David goes, I don't know. I'm not sure. He just doesn't seem like he's really even trying to gather any kind of intel. And that's the one thing from the men that I've seen. It just seems like, Mark wants to gather intel. He has zero idea or implementation of how to do it. So, but I think Abner is getting intel, but like very low key. But I don't think David's trying at all to get intel. It seems like he's more concerned with his place in the jail and his place in the black hierarchy, or the hierarchy overall, than he is with anything else. I don't know. I could be wrong. There's still quite a few episodes left, I hope, of this. I'm not sure. Let's see. The female side, I'm very shocked. I'll admit it. I thought that, I believe her name's Brooke, the white blonde girl. I thought she'd be done within a few days, but once again, even the women's pod seems like it's a lot. as long as you kind of just do your thing or whatever, don't make no. I mean, there's no one really in there trying to step to you or nothing, you know, not like in previous years. But I do think that a lot of her opinions on, because look, I'm conservative, I'm Christian, so we have a lot in common, but I don't think every ex-drug addict or any person who's dabbled in drugs should be shunned. Like, she said that something messed up, like when it's going on 10 years of not talking to a family member because they used to do drugs or something crazy like that. I mean, you know, I don't know, man. I can't get behind that. Look, I believe wholeheartedly in people changing. You know, it can be for the worse, it can be for the better. And I pray it's for the better. You know, I'm a Christian, so of course I want to see goodness from people, you know, righteousness, that sort of thing. But I think she's a little arrogant, and I think those views will probably be reshaped because of this experience. And then you got Jazmyn, who is the black young lady in the pod. Now, I don't know if it must have been editing, because before this last episode, the episode beforehand, they're showing her, you know, with just talking all crazy and like she is about to go off and this and that, but she really didn't. She tried to handle things the right way. I tried writing basically a complaint, I guess, to the corrections officer, whatever they call it in jail. I don't know. Deputy, whatever. Deputy official or whatever. I don't know. Arizona has different, especially this one because it's ran by deputies, I believe. Has different titles. So, but yeah. You know, I think the editing, they wanted, you know, it's old hook. You know, we gotta hook them in to get them to watch us. They really didn't need all that, but because, like I said, before the previews heading up to this last episode, she was acting crazy, and she did act a little crazy in the actual episode, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like it was portrayed in the commercial. So, but I think she's there for, I think all the women are there for the correct reason, to gather intel, and to try to make the jail a better place, a safer place, to make sure that, you know, nothing funky going on with the guards, and they're doing their job and stuff. And I don't know. It seems like the guards are really relaxed and don't even want, don't even care to get involved unless someone's fighting. And I guess I can kind of see that, because that's like, if I go to your job, you've been there for 3-4 years, it's old to you, but if I'm just showing, if I just bring in cameras and only show a little bit of you here, a little bit of you there, and you're not responding to something that probably should need responding to, but at least they're making it seem as though you're not responding to it, especially with the whole PIN number. And then I believe it was Brooke who got some health stuff like soap and stuff, and gank from her, and it's all by the same girl. At least that's the way they're setting it up. So I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, how it goes, how it plays out, how much intel these folks can get. The men and the women. It'll be interesting to see how Abner deals with everything. It'll be interesting to see how Mark deals with it. Everybody. Mark, Abner, David, and then all the women. You got Vivian. She seems like a cool girl who's in there trying to do what Deputy Lamb asked of her, and she's not trying to get caught up in the mix, but at the same time she's a part of the other girls, and both them other girls got their stuff stolen by the same girl. So I think if something comes up missing from her, we might see another side of her, but so far she just seems pretty even keeled, and like she's there, just trying to do what she was sent for. So that's my review 60 days in so far this season. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. How do you feel about Abner? Am I wrong? Is he playing with fire, going back into that kind of environment? And what do you think of David? I mean, because really, them are the two that have been the most covered and the most that you can talk about, because David has done some questionable things, like at the end of this very last episode, he's on there talking about anybody from any race wants to fight him, they can get it. So how you feel about that? Let me know in the comments below. Please like the video, subscribe. Like I said, I'm working on the channel. If you watch this whole thing, or if you watch any of it, well, you'd have to watch the whole thing to hear this, but thank you very much. from the bottom of my heart. I don't know. I'm trying this, so, and we'll kind of see where it goes, and but yeah, it's sports and more. My channel name is Sports and More with the Madman. So this is the more part, obviously. So yeah, I appreciate you watching. Thank you. God bless.